All right. So, welcome, Team Thrive. And tonight we're going to be talking about presenting, leading your own call. And first, I want to kind of preface this with you're going to see me posting about this a lot, but I took the Strength Finders test that I had like Jen Dougherty and Kelly Mazesco and Helen Morrison. Like they had all been telling me, probably more people, oh, you
I
should
took it
take
too.
this. Okay, yeah, you took it. It's so good. So it just turned my mind into why I am the way I am, and also why I'm misunderstood. I feel misunderstood, at least, and it's because my greatest gift is futuristic thinking. So I see a big picture. Like I look at some land and I think Disney World. I see like where the rides would go and what what food would be served and what type of person would work there and what music would play. And I see it all. Like I just see it all. And so then I'm also, my next gift is an activator and focus. So then I know how to start projects and focus on them. So then I'll, start paving the way and I'll start digging the path, and I'll think, well, people are going to need to eat. So I'll put up a little cantina, or people might get tired. So I'll put up a shack. But really we need to be moving forward and creating the path to go, so then we can keep building and improving. So I realize that people don't all think like that. And so when they see something that I've done, it seems like a shack or a cantina or an unfinished, or like I'm not explaining in detail the why, the process, like where it's all going. So I want to be a better leader. This is helping me realize I have not been a good leader in that way, because I honestly didn't understand that was that I thought so differently in that way. So I want to share that with you all. One, because I want you to, and I don't say this like in a pompous way or anything, but I want you to be able to trust me. I feel like I have this is a very strong part of me, is seeing the path and seeing trends and knowing where things are going, before others can. And I feel like that's my greatest thing that I can offer this team, to, not that it's a competition between teams, but it's what I can offer to you all to get us ahead over time of where everybody else is. But it's going to take trust from you all, and understanding teamwork, and understanding that there's things like Smart Start, where when I started, there was no Smart Start. There was nobody gave me anything. When I started, nobody taught me how to do a webinar, a sneak peek, nothing. There was no challenge group template. I didn't know anything, no resources, Thrive 365. So everything I've done, I've had to create. But I know like Smart Start isn't polished, but I'm trying to, it's a shack, I'm trying to keep going and pave the road so that we can have the end product is Disney World and not a really shiny, you know what I mean? One little shiny hotel or something. So I see that if you all ever have concerns, like I'm just letting you know, I see where problems are and where things aren't as great, and it's in the works, and I'm going to try to do a better job of helping you all understand what my vision is, and also slow down a little bit so that I am not casting it all at the same time, but maybe previewing it and then slowing down step by step before I like launch something or activate it. So I apologize that I haven't been as good at that. And this has also showed me that we're on the right path with this 3-tier training, because we can use our strengths to help each other a lot. Okay, so having said that, I want to focus now on just the calls of this 3-tiered training, which the 3 tiers are basically, they're both the 3 levels, like new coach, emerald, and diamond and above. And they're also kind of a 3 components of community and learning. And one is training, which right now we have some push groups and we have Smart Start, but eventually I'd like this to all to be on a learning website platform that's very organized. 2 is the tiered groups for community. And then the last is calls, where there's a new coach call on Mondays, a emerald and ruby coach on Tuesdays, Diamond and Above on Wednesdays, and all of the team on Thursdays. And Thursdays will be more of like a workshop base. I'd like to try to do each month kind of a series on a topic so that we can get a little bit deeper into it. And then my vision for that is so that people get less overwhelmed, that they're concentrating on what they need to be concentrating on, not all the shiny objects, and also that it creates leadership opportunities for coaches to teach to the coaching rank that they just passed. Because I know that I'm not a new coach anymore. So there are some things that aren't fresh in my mind. Yet if somebody has just advanced to Emerald, they know what those little aha moments and tweaks were that they made that gave them that confidence to make a difference and to go into rank. So that's who should be teaching, I believe, these new coach calls. And I think that also gives confidence and leadership opportunities to everybody. So if you're here, you are a leader. And if you're listening to this on the recording, you are a leader. I believe that live calls, being there live, does something crazy. Going to the New Leaders Conference, I had listened to recordings from old conferences. It's just not the same. Being live, there is an energy that that I am talking to you, that I see your faces, not anybody's faces. You're concentrating, I'm concentrating. There's something magnetic about that makes things sink in. And there's also that live feedback and response that you can get. So that's kind of my why for these live calls and I've seen results. I did them for 2 months every night with not really a system or any type of real focus, but just the fact that there was community there every night. Those are all the coaches who have whose businesses have taken the steepest rise with success. So let's get started. And I'm going to try to go over starting from the very beginning and take you through the process as if you were going to lead a call. And then if you have questions or you need clarification, you can write them in the chat, and then I'll try to start there when we're done. All right. So first of all, let's say you're I am going to lead a call. You need to first identify what rank you are. So if you're an Emerald coach, then you would be leading a call for new coaches, not for Emerald coaches, but for new coaches. If you're a Diamond coach, you should be leading for Emerald and Ruby coaches. So once you figure that out, Monday, I try to make it so it's just easy going up the old brick road. So Monday's new coaches, Tuesday's Emerald and Ruby, Wednesday is Diamond, and Thursday's all team calls. So the goal for you and the goal for when you onboard coaches is just to make it really simple. With my new coaches that I'm onboarding, I'm giving them an option not to even join Thrive right away, to just consider being in that new group. Now, that new group, like I said, it's not to the level of development yet, okay? It's being seeded, but it's not being developed yet. So the calls are what we're in the development phase with. So the reason I'd even opened up the groups is because you can make an event and advertise there, which I'm going to teach you how to do. So let's say you decide you want to do a call. So if you go, this is in Thrive. Let me kind of back up. In Thrive, you go to Files, this tiered training call, sign up and schedule. Now,
are we supposed to see anything?
Oh, you don't? Yeah, you
No.
are. Thank you for saying something, Lori. Okay. Thank you for saying something. Yep. Okay. So hopefully everybody knows where the files are. Let me just make sure. And so you might have to remind me when I change screens. Sometimes it doesn't change with me. So if that happens, oopsie daisy. So you go to the group and it's going to be in Files. Now, this is just a side note. I have a lot of links over here in the description, like the webinar links, sneak peek, some calendar stuff, but there's just not enough room to get all this call stuff in there. So these are going to be in the files, and once we have a nice, pretty website, then we'll make it real nice and easy to find there. But right now, they're in this tiered training calls sign up. This is a lot of verbiage, but it's It's what's got to be there for when new people come and they're like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I try to just explain each night what it's for, what the content and the topic is, and then here's the link to the call. So if you're an Emerald coach, then you would be leading a new coach call. And basically it's like a push to Emerald group, but I think I'm going to change the title of it, because I don't believe the intention of this is never to have people feel pushed, but really instead of to have them feel supported and like they're with people that understand their struggles, and that they're being taught by people that are very sensitive and compassionate to the stage they're in because they just were there. Okay, so here's the Facebook group if you need the group, and then here's the link. So so I have it for each day, the link and the group. And then, okay, let's scroll. And then Fridays and Saturdays, just to reiterate, at 9 p.m., if anybody's working anyway on a live power hour, then you can just hop on and see if anybody else is there. If Sam and I are working and doing one, then we'll hop on, but it's not like we're not going to not go on a date or, do something because of that. So let's see. And then I just put the different, some extra different learning opportunity calls in case you need it. Okay, so here's just basically a calendar. And I put the dates. And so it seems like Kelly, I know that you edited it one time, correct? Yeah, but some other people said they can't. So I'm really not sure if that has to do with browser. What? By the way, your hair looks really good. I've been meaning to tell you that. I like your haircut. So I'm not sure, but basically, if you can edit it. If you can't, so you can see, let's see, what's today? Right here, Thursday. Right? And so then Monday, we've got Debbie, and then Kelly's leading Tuesdays. Wednesdays, I got to, put a topic there. And so if you can't edit it, what you can do is you can come in here and you can tag me. And if I didn't see this one, if I don't see it, then you can message me. But I wish I could figure out how to get people to edit it. But this is the best I've got right now for doing this. And if you want me to add dates more in the future, then I will. Looks like I can go ahead and do that because we're getting them filled up. Let's see if there's anything else I need to tell you about this. I will tell you that we're making the diamond calls the place to be. I'm doing that because I really believe that until you get to diamond, it's extremely just all it should be is the vital behaviors. Even after diamond, that's what's going to move your business forward. But I want it to be incentivized. So we've got a lot of guest speakers. We do a giveaway on the diamond call. They're going to have access just to a little bit more because I want you all there. Okay, so you sign up for a call. You're all scheduled. And where are you going to find a topic? Well, if there's something that is near and dear to you that you feel like you're really good at, you can go with that. I want to really empower you all to lead with your strengths and not to feel like you have to please anybody or conform to anything, but just always remember your audience, So if your audience is really new coaches, just remember that your objective is to help them move their business forward where they are now and to go up in rank. So I would suggest, let's see, first of all, what I would suggest is finding your content. If you are an Emerald or Ruby leading a new coach call, I would suggest finding your content just from the Smart Start. So I would just go to Smart Start and I would probably go to the photo album. And some of this is just going to seem so old news to you, but you've got to walk backwards and remember what it was like. And I would just kind of refresh your memory and look at these different ones and think, okay, which of these do I either feel like I've really mastered or do I feel like was so hard for me to understand or to master, but I had that turning point moment that I think I could offer? Because here's the thing is that I don't care if it gets redundant, because if you have something to offer a new coach that is like awesome and just so good and you're so good at delivering it, I don't care if it was delivered by somebody else 3 weeks ago, because that means that that is like the core of the business. And our goal is to get people the heck out of this call, to get off of Monday night call. So they really shouldn't be hearing the same thing over and over. They really shouldn't be in there for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. They should be out of there. So I'm not worried about redundancy. I'm worried about, I'm not worried about anything, actually. I have so much belief in you all. I do not feel like I have to control any of this. Okay, so that's where I would find the new coach. If you're a diamond and you're teaching, then I would suggest looking at Success School. I think my computer's freezing up a little bit. I would suggest looking at Success School. And so the link to that, you can always, if you don't have it, you can go to Smart Start and go to this graduation day. And then at the very end, it says next step is Success School, or in Thrive, you can just search Success School. And here it is. So then you would just start the course. Well, I have to sign in. And you can just go through that and look at those subjects. And Success School has stuff about PV and ranking and placing your spouse or strategy. And, it's just got some stuff where it's like, it actually doesn't matter as much until you move forward, but you need to know it so that you're prepared. So whatever in there, sorry, my phone pinged, I'm gonna turn it off. Whatever in there, like I said, is your sweet spot. You could speak from that. Or if you've seen like Dynasty United or Bombshell or anything, like you can get inspired by anything and speak about it, but just remember that your focus and intent, since you're teaching one level down, is to help people move, not to help you move forward necessarily, but to teach and to help them moving forward and inspire them. At the beginning of every call, if you have gifts of like pumping people up and getting them there, if you want to recognize people for something, if you have announcements you want to make, then make them. Like, go for it. I think the best you can make, once again, I'm putting structure in place, but I know that these calls, I know that we should have a killer opening where we celebrate people within their tiers. I know that we should have music on. I know that we should have announcements. So if you see that and you're ready to do that right and well, then you go forward and you set the pace with that. Because I think that could be really, really cool. At the end of your call, your presentation, the call to action and the focus should be helping them get to that next rank, and helping them get to Success Club, helping them change 3 lives for this month, and to focus on helping others, to not get clouded by the logistics, but to help them just make it very simple. And so if you have a simple call to action, like a straightforward, this week I charge you to do this and this. And when you do, I want you to tag me in it. Or maybe you say, I'm going to put a post on Thrive that's a reminder of what the call to action is. And whenever you do it, I want you to comment in that same thread with a screenshot or whatever. But always leave with a call to action, so that it's not just a bunch of information that they're like, oh, what do I do? It's just reminding, this is the next step. This is what you're trying to do. Come on, we're going to get you to that Tuesday night call. We're going to get you to that next group, that next level. We're going to get you to that Wednesday night call. So that's kind of the why and the objective and how to find your content. So the next step is, let's say you know what your content is, you know what you want to do, then you need to make a presentation. So there's different ways you can do that. One way is using PowerPoint. Now, we just got a new computer, so I haven't downloaded PowerPoint onto my computer. So I'm going to show you a way around that because that might be where some of you all are too. I'm going to stop share for a second. Okay. All right, I'm going to share again. So if you go to Google, like Gmail, and you log in, and you go to these little square guys right here. Oh, it says my share screening is paused. Am I back on?
You
Okay.
are at Google notification.
Okay, good. Sorry, it's pausing. It might be. Come on. I've got a bunch up. Stink. Let me see what I can close down real quick. I'll tell you what, they don't. This is a brand new computer and it's still getting stuck. Come on. All right, well, I'll keep
my computer already.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Just can't handle all of this. Okay, so I'll just talk through it. So basically, you're going to go to Gmail or Google, and you'll click on these little grids, and then you're going to pick Drive. And then from Drive, on the far left, it will say New, and you're going to pick the one that looks like a PowerPoint. And I believe it says something like Presentation. And so you'll pick Presentation. And then it's like an online form of PowerPoint, basically, and it's pretty cool. Trying to do too many apps at once. So it's pretty cool, and then we'll have, if you go up to Files in that PowerPoint, then it's going to say something about templates, and you can click on that, and then it will show you some templates that have been shared or made. I don't know if it's from somebody else or if it's from just the Google presentations, but that can give you, instead of like dragging up each little pretty piece of the equation, what I usually do is I just use a template, and I either, can you all hear me? Like, is my voice going through?
I can hear you.
You can hear me? It's just my screen's being weird. Okay. So what I'll do usually is I will, I'll use a template, and then I just plug in the information first, and then next I would put any pictures. And a lot of times if I need pictures to illustrate a point, I mean, pictures are awesome and they keep people engaged. If I need pictures to illustrate a point, I will usually just go to Google and I'll Google. Okay, so here we go. It would be new. It's still freezing up. New. All right, for some reason, this is just the part that doesn't want to help me out. So I would go to Google, and here we go, Google Slides. And I would just, sometimes I'll be like, Googling friends together, or team, or girls on a team, or like endurance, or whatever it is that I want to illustrate. I'll just Google it. And I mean, if you were going to use this publicly to make money, no, you can't just Google and use pictures. But for this in-house education, then that's not going to be a big problem. So you'll make the presentation. Google, if you use it on the Google Drive, it should save it. If you use it on your computer, you obviously want to save it to your computer. You can export it as a PDF. And then when it comes time to do this, you can just play through the PDF, or you can put it on presentation mode on the PowerPoint. Okay, so I'm so sorry that the screen is freezing so bad. Okay, so the next step is you've got your presentation all great, and now you want to tell people about it, okay? So you want to make an ad basically for it. So if you go in Canva, then you can look. This is the one that I've been using. I've got a couple that I've been kind of doing to advertise. So you can pick one, and then it can look like whatever you want it to be. But I would just, to make it easier on yourself, I would just push this copy button. And so it's going to make a new one. And then if you're presenting, then you'll want to do a picture of you. So, you know, you all should kind of know how to navigate Canva now. You'll upload the picture. You'll change this. So if it's a new coach call it like a new coach call instead of push to Emerald. And for the Emerald, I don't know, we need to maybe brainstorm and think of a good name for Emerald and Ruby coach group besides push to diamond. Because I just don't like the word push. So then if you have, you know, you'll write your subject or your topic. You're going to write the date and time. And actually, it would have been good if I wrote the link name so that it's going to be when you post it, but it also is nice to have it in the, like in the graphic. All right, so then of course you would export it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to the group that you are presenting in. Let's see. Okay, you're going to go there, and we haven't divvied up oh, this is not the right one. We haven't divvied up everybody into the different tiers yet. Like I said, kind of working on just developing them. So ideally, we would have, here, let's use this push. We definitely haven't done that. There's only a couple people in here. Okay, so here it is, the Thrive Push to Diamond. So this is where all the Emerald and Rubies should be. So this is something that we're just going to need to go and add everybody into. But one of the reasons that it's good to have this group is that if we advertise a call in Thrive, then we either have to pick specifically who it's sent to or it gets sent to everybody, and that can be confusing. And then you have to say, oh, actually, you weren't invited to this call. It's not to be mean, it's just this is the way. It's actually a motivator to get to the next level, and also it's something we're doing to just add focus and structure. So let's
we're still seeing Canva, I believe.
Thank you. Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you. That's what I need you to do. Okay. So I'm in this Thrive Push to Diamond group now. And so if you are going to be leading this call, this would be a diamond or above that would be leading a call for rubies and emeralds. Then you would go to event, create an event, and you're going to take that Canva picture that you just posted, and let's see, you're going to upload it, and then you're just going to name it what it is. So you know, it's right now we just have push to diamond, Thrive call, location. I would put the Zoom link. To get the Zoom link, once again, you're going to go onto Thrive into those files. I think it's Shine Bright Call, lovelearnthrive.com/Shine Bright Call. It might be good just to take all those addresses and just put them on your phone or a little note somewhere that's easy for you to get. You're going to put the date of the call, Ideally, you would do this a couple days before the call. You're going to put the date and you're going to put what time it is, and then just a description and kind of hype everybody up with the description. What are you going to teach them? Why should they be here? Get them excited. Tell them who you are. You know, they probably don't know who you are. So this, you know, let's say Kelly, what's yours on that you're doing next?
Challengers to coaches.
Okay, so say like this Tuesday, I will be, you know, hi everybody, this is Kelly. I am a diamond coach. This Tuesday, I will be teaching you my tips and secrets for helping encourage challengers to become coaches using a 3-step system, you know, something like that. Whatever it is, let them, you know, be clear about that. You'll push create and see down here it says invite all members of Thrive Push to Diamond. So this is how you can just easily invite people and they will hopefully see it, but they're not in this group. So for right now, what I would do is I would probably put it as an event in the group and then maybe put it on the Thrive wall as just a graphic and say, this is our call for this. So like I said, we kind of have to like ease people over to the next step. So you have it advertised now. And like, think of it like that. Like you are marketing, you want people here, you know, you want them to come. So you've got to tell them what you're doing and you need to toot your own horn a little bit because you guys are awesome. You're going to do an awesome job. Okay, so you've got your presentation, you have it advertised, you can hoop and holler and you can tell people as, you know, much as you want. You can do a reminder if you want, but now it's time for you to, you know, lead it. So you're going to get the link under the files, Thrive, and then files, the team training, and you're going to click on the link and you're going to go to Zoom. And then, let's see, I'm going to stop sharing. And then you're going to be the admin, basically. So what ideally, I kind of mentioned this, what you would do is get on a little bit early, pick a fun song, get yourself in the game, get everybody else excited. I would love to come up with a format, like I said, where we just acknowledge everybody and we have some fun and there's some type of, we lead with some type of unity and positivity. But I don't have like a why for that yet. I don't have a clear vision of like what structure we could provide for that. So until I do, or until you guys do, just do your thing. You know what I mean? Like I want to empower you all to do your thing. So then you're just going to push record. Okay, you're just going to push record. And then if you know that Sam and I are for sure going to be there and you've said, will you record it? Then we can record it. But if you don't see us on there or you don't say, will you record it? Then assume that you're going to record it. And then the share screen thing. Can you guys see the button that says share screen right now? You can? No?
I'm watching from my iPhone, so
You
can
don't
I
have
do
that?
that from my iPhone?
I don't think so. I don't
Oh,
think
I
so.
have share content.
Yeah, I see the share content button, and I think on a laptop that same button says share screen.
Okay,
I
so
see share content, yeah.
okay, so you might want to, play with that and kind of see exactly what it does. But if I push share screen, then what it shows me is a bunch of different windows that I have open. And then it also shows me that I have the choice, if my phone is connected to a USB, that I can, I'll just show you. I can share
I'm
my.
going to have to do that because my computer doesn't have a video.
Oh, it says a plugin. You know what? If you're going to share your phone, you need to install a plugin because it says
Yeah, I
that.
have
So
to
you
do
need to
it.
do that first. It also has a whiteboard option. Oh gosh, you guys. Hello. Isn't that artistic?
That sounds useful.
That's an abstract and classical.
So I don't even know. I don't know what I would do with this whiteboard.
I'll use that for my social media posting call.
Yeah.
Right there.
There you go. So yeah, so if you have any ideas, there are some tools to do that. But once you share the screen, then I mean, what I do if I have a PowerPoint is I just go to that presentation mode where it fills up the whole screen, and then I just use my arrow keys or the mouse pad to click to the next slide. And I took a webinar course with Amy Porterfield, and she says that you really, when you're using slides, you really want to have like every 60 seconds at least have a new slide. Now, I am not putting any rules on like you all. I don't even care.
Like
but I want to offer that because some people are like, I just want to know like what's the best. So yeah, just if you want to add more slides, you're not going to have a good or a bad number, but I learned that little information. So I thought I would pass that on as far as like effectiveness. Okay. Share screen, do your presentation, feel good about it. If you're leading the call, then it would be ideal for you to get somewhere that has good light. Like Kelly's light looks good on her face right now. It's clear. A lot of us are in the dark. So, it's going to be good because, I mean, you're the presenter. Yep, good. So you want to look presentable. I'm the presenter. I don't look presentable, so don't follow my example. But that's it. That's going to be important because it's going to, the more confidence you have with leading, the better you're going to feel, and the better you feel and the better you do, that leads to more confidence. I don't know what I was listening to, but basically they were just reminding everybody that confidence is like a muscle. And so the more you exercise it, the bigger and the stronger it becomes. And it's the same with leadership. It's the same with all of this stuff. Like you just do it. Oh, Helen says I look hot. For real, Helen? You're just making fun of me. So it's just a muscle. And so that's what I want us to do, is just work these muscles out. Because if your team is small and you get on and you lead your own calls and nobody comes over and over, it's nothing wrong with you. It's just that it's a numbers thing and your team's gone. So that's, so you just do it anyway. Do it anyway. Just keep doing it because you want to exercise that muscle, and that's what really matters. So after you are done with your call, okay, so after you're done, I suggest that first of all, when you start recording, that you have kind of an opener, like, okay, push record. Hey everybody, I want to welcome you to tonight's call. If they don't, know you, I'm Ashley Brockington. I'm the founder of Team Thrive, or I'm a Star Diamond coach. I'm really excited for you to be here. I'm going to be talking tonight about XYZ. So, have a good opener. And then if you can, I'm bad at this. I'm really bad at the closer. Think maybe about just having a solid closer, like it's just, and we're done. So, and that concludes my presentation on how to lead a team call or presentation. And then I would click stop recording, and then you can engage in conversation. It's really up to you. Here's the thing. It's up to you because on one hand, I think that the conversation and questions, that's actually very high value when watching a recording. On the other hand, I feel like this is where our team grows, is safe communication and back and forth. And so I want these to live on, and if it doesn't feel like it's going to be, safe and open and that kind of stuff, then I don't want people to worry about that. So if you're going to end the recording, then I would end it and just say, I just ended it, just kind of be clear about what you did. So at that point, ask, are there any questions? How can I help you? Maybe they put them in the chat. And then at that point, when you are totally done and you push end meeting, then it's going to save that file. If you were the one that was responsible for recording it, it's going to take a while. So don't like click off of it to save that recording into an MP4. Now, we need to make sure that we get that call. So I also put in Thrive a link to a Dropbox folder where you can upload that file. So if you scroll down, I put some hashtags where it was. Here, oh, that's some other hashtags. After you present, upload your recording to the appropriate folder. So you'll click on that, and then you'll find what the appropriate folder is. You may have to, if you don't have a Dropbox account, you may have to sign up for one first. I'm not sure. But you'll just pick which one you did. So let's say we're looking at Push to Diamond, and then you're going to go and you're going to take, so here's a Zoom I did. You're just going to take it and you're going to drop it and plop it in there, and it's going to upload. But first, make sure that you label it really well. So I would label, like, I don't even know which one this is right now, but I would say how to lead an effective team call. And then maybe I would put I don't even know what today is, 128, and then Ashley B or something like that. I think, yeah, so I label it first and then drag it, because then I want these calls to become trainings later and to be very clear and be a reference for all of us. And then what I would also suggest is, after you do that, I would suggest that if you have a YouTube channel, that you put it up on your own YouTube channel and you start building your own YouTube channel through these. I mean, if you think about it, you could really build a library, like build your YouTube channel and use the team to practice and to present. And if you're going to do that, let's say you're like, well, I want to do more of that, but all the calls are taken. Well, then let's add in another one. Let's say, okay, maybe Mondays we do 2 calls. Maybe we do a 12 and a 9, or a 6 a.m. and a 9. Fine, take it over, do it. So I just want to give you all ideas of how this can benefit, not just benefit the people that are listening, but benefit you as well. All right. And then if you want to, you can also, if you put it on YouTube, if you want to, you can also put a link in your tiered group and say, for those of you who missed it, here's the call. I'm not going to do that every time, because once again, I think it's important that people are on the calls. I think that it's not just the head knowledge that you get from watching something. It's the going back and forth. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and look at these questions. There is an edit button on the top of the title in all caps. Just click the edit button and then they can edit. Okay, so you're talking about the files. And that's what I thought. So let me just put this on share, because it might be that, I don't know if people can't see this, or it's not working for them. Because Facebook, I will say, it is different for everybody, and that's really annoying. It looks a little different. So this is what Debbie was saying. To edit, you click up here if you're on the computer, and then you can edit it. And then you would push save. On the phone, I haven't ever seen how to do this. So if you know, let me know. Prezi is a fun site to make presentations. Cool. Okay. Lauren says Prezi is a fun site to make presentations on also. Oh, and you know what? You could also do it on Canva. They have a size that's like presentation size. So you could also do it on Canva. I mean, Lori said she's going to probably do her whole presentation. She's going to make it on her phone. That's hardcore. So you really can, do whatever. Oh.
But how can I do it? Because I want to share my, how I do it. Then how do I do that? Should I take pictures of what I do and then mail it to me, and then how should I do it?
I mean, if I were you, what I would do, well, first of all, I would test and see if you can share your screen
Okay.
on a Zoom like this with the phone. But then if not, then I would use like um, Fonto or something to make your slides. And then I would figure out how to get to borrow, like we talked about, go to Kelly's house, Mazesko's house. I would figure out how to, or have somebody come over with their laptop to make that kind of an exception. You can try it. I mean, like that's something you'd have to test to see if you can figure out how to share your screen on Zoom. I haven't been able to figure that myself. Okay. Debbie says names for emerald and ruby and diamond. Emerald bound, ruby bound, diamond bound. Yeah, I do like that better than push a lot. Can you use PowerPoint for presentation? Yes, absolutely. That's what I usually use. But I got a new computer and I haven't installed it yet. It's funny. We got a brand new computer because our other computer was so slow. And guess what? I don't know why it's still really slow. I like soar and strive, soar to emerald, strive. Oh, I like these too. You guys are so good at this. Do you think that yeah, I like it. I was going to say, do you think it should be talking about push, like going to the next level? And I think it should. Let's see. Yes. Okay. I have to put the baby to bed. Helen said, okay. All right. I got to those. I really like those guys. Soar and strive and bound. Those are good. I think they're really like euphemistic terms. All right. Well, oops, I'm still on sharing. Go ahead and take yourself off of mute and let me know what questions you have. And if you don't have any questions, then let's just talk about how else we can be together, or let's talk about the team cup or something like that. So you let me know. Does anybody have any questions?
I have a quick question about if you're leading a call and recording it. Is the whole purpose of seeing if you or Sam can record is just because then you guys can do like the Dropbox thing, like just
Yeah.
then we don't have to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's about it. Just so that we don't, I mean, like we don't, something that they say a lot, like when I list leadership stuff, is like, you don't want to manage your team. You do not want to become a manager when you lead a team, because this is if you become a manager with your team, then you can't scale. You could be a really good manager, but if they're dependent on you for managing them, then you can't scale your team and they're not going to know how to teach. You know what I mean? Like to teach their team. So there's this balance, and basically I don't want to have to come after everybody and say, hey, can you give me your call? Did you do it? That kind of thing. So sometimes it's easier for just me to record it. But there's really not a good reason. No, I don't have a reason, just to be helpful, I guess.
Okay. Okay, and so for now, since we don't have those separate groups, just to clarify, we're just using the graph, posting it on that event because we don't have too many people to in.
I would do both, because I think that we, as the people that are doing this going forward with, you guys, do you ever get a cramp in your toe? Oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. I think that we have to plant those seeds. You know what I mean? It's like we have to give little nods to this is where it's going. It's like if you build it, they will come. So I think if we want people in there, then we need to get in the practice. We need to make the events, and then maybe when we post, did you want to stop recording? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording so that we can wrap this up. Speak open.